Hello and welcome to our new film review. I say ours because there is another, my Russian mate Maxim, and then we're going to try and get our friends to help us out with this. Well, I'll film mine or vlog it, he'll write his, and then I'll post a link of his interpretation of the English language in film review form. Anyway, this week we're reviewing, in no particular alphabetical order, the much allowed to be seen Prophet, and up and away with cliche Joe Punch for films. Sorry, I think I stole that one from Jonathan Ross. Up in the air, and Maxim's written something about brothers and a prophet.
Теряют люди друг друга, а потом не найдут никогда.
So, what qualifies us to do film review? Well, like many other critics, not much, or if we're talking about religious ones, God. But I did go to the University of West England, and I studied film studies and politics, but I didn't do very well. But if it helps and gives me credibility, these people went there too. I'm not sure of the educational history of Maxim, but I'm going to assume the worst and imagine him to be some kind of Russian spy. But I do know he's into different types of music and likes classic gore films, but if it helps, these people are Russian too.
Weak, limp, lifeless.
I'll start with Jacques Odard, to give it the correct British pronunciation, a prophet, and although to the groans of the many Philistine film students up and down this British job for British workers' land, it's in French, with subtitles. But don't despair Britain's TV and filmmaking future, it's in colour, and has cool rap music in it. Much like that bit in The Hate or Le Hen where the helicopter with the camera goes out of control and cut killers do the mix with Sound of the Police with Edith Piaf. But yeah, the rest of that film is in black and white and foreign and probably trying to teach us something. Boo! Morals! Here's a poignant clip from a prophet. In this film, Tara Rahim plays Malik, a young man of Arab descent sent to prison for some unknown reason. Here he gets caught up in the everyday politics of prison life. He gets recruited by the Corsican Mafia, where he enters a new life of crime that is organised, unorganised, violent, corrupt, etc, etc. Go and see this film. It's bloody brilliant. I'm not going to say any more than that. You can only review a bad film, and the only thing I can think of this film is that it's a little too long. But you kind of need that for how epic the story is. It's bloody brilliant. I don't want to give anything away. Just go and see it. I can't raise your expectations enough. Like, you can go thinking there's the best film in the world and you'll still like it. So I don't care how much I'm hyping it. Just go and see this film. I'm trying to think of criticism. The only one thing is maybe at one point it does kind of glorify violence, but not really. I mean, it's like that bit in Eastern Promises where what's his name is in the shower scene and the two guys are in the Turkish baths and the two guys come in to kick his ass and then he kicks their ass. But it's kind of, you need that. It's like a violence that you need. It's something that like represents him becoming like the person that, or they're both becoming the person they want to be or have worked for at this point, and just to prove how like fucking sick they are. But that's the only thing. But I don't think it does, because the rest of the film is so horrific. I don't think it does. I don't think you're gonna want to become a gangster by the end of it. So yeah, it's brilliant. It's a bit of a lads film. There's not many women in it. But I don't know, take any feminist perspective from that or what you want, but I'm not. I just think it's a bloody awesome film. Though it would have been quite interesting if they'd done it the other way around, and that it was in a women's prison, and then that would have been a quite interesting thing to do. But apart from that, this film is bloody brilliant. It's worth your time and your money. If it's still at cinemas, because I know it wasn't that popular, I don't know why. Just go and see it. Just go and bloody see this film. Go fucking see it!
Clever girl.
Last year I flew 350,000 miles. All the things you probably hate about traveling.
Next up in the air. Here George Clooney plays
Mr. Bingham?
Where
I work for a company that lends me out to cowards that don't have the courage to sack their own employees, and for good reason.
Who are you, man?
Because people do crazy stuff when they get fired. I'm gonna need your key card.
This means he's up in the air a lot and travelling around, no real home, nothing to tie him down. Then Natalie Keena comes along, played by the cutesy Anna Kendrick, and as her name suggests, Keena is keen to do well. She comes up with a revolutionary plan for the company, which will ground Clooney's on this Bingham's way of life. But before her plan is to be executed, she is to learn the ropes from Clooney and travel around with him. Alex Goran, played by the extraordinary MILF Vera Farmiga, whatever, is then interjected as a love interest. But what a love interest she is. Then stuff unfolds. Includes some playing acoustic guitar over the top of this film, and you've got yourself up in the air.
Calling it hell wreck.
Shame we didn't make it to the...
Right, first off, I like this film. I do like Jason Reitman. I like the films he made. But Thank You for Smoking is a better film than Up in the Air, and I would suggest to go and watch that over Up in the Air. Though I did like Up in the Air. It's just that it seems to be two films. It seems to be like a dark satire kind of comedy that takes the piss out of like the industry and the workplace and the companies that are around today, and then on the other hand this kind of romantic rom-com where George Clooney lives a life without any hang-ups, nothing to tie him down, he can fly around, have sex with whoever he wants, and then he's happy and he's got no commitments. And then obviously because of that he through the film he kind of learns it. Well, I won't say, but because the two mixed together, they kind of wore each other down. The satire doesn't seem so satire. The rom-com, well, actually, I think the rom-com wins overall. But because it waters each other down, it kind of things get lost in the film. Like the dark satire bit gets overwhelmed by the second half of this rom-com bit, which I really didn't like. Though it was done well, it was enjoyable to watch, but I just think the first half of the film was better. If they'd just done the rom-com thing, maybe I would have enjoyed it. I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't have liked it as much. I probably would have been like, about it. But the first half started so well, then the rom-com bit just ruined it. And I think with like Anna Kendrick's character, like the overly ambitious 22, 23-year-old, and how old she is, I think they underestimate her and patronise her because of the rom-com thing. In the film, they're like, oh, look at her, she's so ambitious, she doesn't know what she's doing, she's so one-track mind and naive. I just think that's dangerous, seeing that the majority of this audience, or the people, the target audience, they're going to see it, are the same age, like Clooney and Vera Farmiga, who is absolutely stunningly beautiful throughout the whole film. But they do patronise her and underestimate her, and I think coming out of university myself and seeing these overly ambitious 22, 23-year-olds, I don't think her character can be underestimated as much as they do in the film, and patronising. Like, this girl might seem weak and feeble, but she's one-track mind, and like she knows where she's going, and she doesn't really care what happens along the way. And I know a lot of people that are like that, or I've met a lot of people at university like that. I think that's dangerous. But anyway, that side, I did like this film. George Clooney is a great middle-class anti-hero. I like that idea about it. I know he just plays himself, like, or plays the character that he plays in every other film, but I enjoyed it. The lines were good, except for the second half. I did enjoy it, but there's some good lines in the second half. I just think the second half spoiled it. But if you wanted to see this film, I'd say go and see it. If you don't, then stay away from it. If you wanted to see it, it is worth your time and money. You may as well go and see it. But if not, go and see Thank You for Smoking. That's a much better version of this film. Similar type of thing. You won't be missing out on anything by not watching Up in the Air and only watching Thank You for Smoking. But Thank You for Smoking is a better film, Jason Reitman film, so I'd suggest to go and see that.
That's all we've done for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. There will be more vlogs soon. Don't forget to check out Maxim's reviews. We kind of like different things and disagree on stuff, so his reviews will be different. But that gives you variety.
And as we all know, a girl needs variety.
To end with, here's some Talking Heads.